Hi there from Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm currently at the Morris J. Wask Center in downtown Vancouver. It's part of the Simon Fraser University uh, campus, their downtown campus, and I'm having a fantastic time here with educators from literally around the world. Sharing ideas about Christian education in particular and the integration of technology, how to best use technology in schools and how schools are dramatically changing. And I'll share more of that with you when I get back. But one of the things I've been learning from my Australian counterparts is the idea of the flipped classroom where all of the content for classes are put online. And so I want to do a little bit of an experiment with you in posting this YouTube video up. I know they've been doing this at HDCH as well a little bit, and thought I'd try it with you folks as well. I know Mrs. Icing is teaching you today for grade 7-8 science, and I'll just review with you quickly some of the concepts you need to know for today. We've been talking about alternate energy sources, in particular solar energy. Solar energy is used as a source of energy in a number of ways, and it's amazing that God has given us this great resource for energy. It has many advantages, including being renewable, plentiful, and non-polluting, and great constant and consistent source of energy. We talked last time about how there are two types of solar energy approaches. One's the passive solar heating, which is used in buildings that usually have large windows that allow radiant energy from the sun to travel in to the building, heating up the walls and floors and air inside the building. That's called passive solar heating. A second approach is what we called active solar energy systems, and that is when a device is used to harness the radiant energy from the sun and convert it into more useful forms of energy. That's done normally two ways. First of all, it can be done by placing solar panels on the roof of a building and running very thin tubing through it and running water through the tubing. The sun then heats up the water in the tubes, and the water running through the tubes is brought into the building and used to heat up the building or used as a hot water source. The second type includes photovoltaic panels or solar cells, which transform light energy, radiant energy, into electrical energy. Today I'd like you to work on 9.6 and 9.7. I'm going to be walking upstairs while I'm explaining this, just so you get an idea of the location I'm in. First of all, there's the geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is energy contained deep within the earth. Many houses are now being built with geothermal heat pumps rather than natural gas furnaces for heating. And essentially what geothermal energy sources take advantage of is the consistent temperature that we know exists underground. When you drill down 100 meters, the temperature of the ground remains at a consistent temperature all year, whether it's winter or summer. So the basic idea of using that as a source of energy is a pump will circulate water through pipes that are placed in the ground, and in the winter the water removes thermal energy from the ground and brings it into the buildings. In the summer, the heat pump is operates in reverse, so water transfers thermal energy from the building back into the ground. And because the ground remains at a consistent temperature, it's able to take advantage of the heat in the winter and the coolness in the summer. Geothermal pumps are very efficient. They're environmentally friendly because they don't burn natural gas. However, they are very expensive to set up and replace. One of my friends has a heating and air conditioning company, and he said that usually pumps need to be replaced every 10 years. The other source that I would like you to consider is biofuels. 9.7 in your workbook and textbook highlights biofuels. Biofuels are simply produced from virtually any type of plant or animal matter. For example, we often use corn in Ontario to add to our gasoline. Grains can be used as well. We process corn and turn it into ethanol. If you ever fill up your gas tank at a gas station, you'll notice it usually says 10% ethanol. It contains 10% ethanol. So that's a product we get from corn. Although burning biofuels still releases some carbon dioxide, because it's partially balanced, because plants need carbon dioxide to survive, burning them is not considered that bad. Biofuels are a renewable source of energy and relatively inexpensive to produce, and they can also be made from waste products. Big disadvantage of biofuels, though, is that they require large amounts of pesticide, chemical fertilizers, and fuel for farm equipment. And also they require the use of agricultural land to use it to make biofuels instead of food. There's also a moral or ethical dilemma with that, in that should we be using land to produce food that we're going to burn as fuel when 1 billion out of the 7 billion people on the planet are starving and don't have a meal each day. So that's considered a bit of a problem for us, especially as believers, to be wasting food on burning for fuel when so many people around the world are starving. For your class today, I'd like you to make sure that both your 9.6 and 9.7 in your workbooks are completed. We will be having a quiz that will be due next Wednesday. I plan to have that handed out this Friday, and if you have any other questions, please consult with other students or Mrs. Icing about those things. I'm going to take you inside the conference center so you can have an idea of what it looks like here and what we're actually doing in our discussions. And I'm not going to be speaking any further so I don't disrupt the conference center. I understand you guys have done a great job decorating for the play on Thursday, and I look forward to being back for that both in the afternoon and evening as we host Jarvis Public School in the afternoon and then your families in the evening. So great work here. It's going very well, and I'll see you on Thursday. And here's a view of the conference that is going on right now. It's Tuesday as I'm recording this.